The conflict between Iran and Israel is intensifying. U.S. President Trump posted on Truth Social, urging Iran to surrender unconditionally. Israel stated it will not stop until Iran's nuclear capabilities are completely destroyed. Iran vowed to fight back fiercely, cracking down on traitors domestically and reportedly arresting many Indian citizens working for Israel. India, as Iran's strategic partner, gained operational rights to Chabahar port, making it a highly valued ally. However, India refused to join the international community in condemning Israel's escalatory war actions. Honestly, the foreign policy pursued by Modi and his lackey Jaishankar is utterly incomprehensible. The guiding principle seems to be, never spend a single rupee for friends, and seize every opportunity to grovel before the US and Israel, supporting whoever has the biggest fist. This foolish foreign policy has drawn rampant ridicule from the international community, leaving India completely isolated. This is also why India received no public support from major powers during the India-Pakistan conflict. In fact, under the leadership of Modi and Jaishankar, India is becoming a global political, economic, and cultural island, at risk of decoupling from the world. I mentioned during discussions of the Russia-Ukraine conflict that since the Soviet era, Russians have propped up India to counter China. In the 1962 India-China War, if the Soviet Union had not exerted immense covert pressure on China, China would have severely punished India, making it pay an unbearable price. At the time, New Delhi was in great panic, with Nehru and other Indian leaders preparing to flee. However, due to tense diplomatic relations with the Soviet Union and poor relations with the US, China did not dare escalate the war and was forced to halt military operations. Later, the Soviet Union provided India with vast amounts of weaponry, enabling India to maintain an equipment advantage in multiple India-Pakistan wars. After the Soviet Union's collapse, although Russia-China relations improved, Putin continued to view supporting India as a key national strategy. In organizations led by China, such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS, Russia strongly pushed for India to play a major leadership role, promoting a trilateral Russia-China-India framework. But in reality, India's weak capabilities make it unworthy of standing alongside China, and its lack of loyalty often leads to betrayals of the global South. For example, India rejected the BRICS payment system and de-dollarization efforts. And after the Shanghai Cooperation Organization condemned Israel, India claimed it did not participate in the discussion. To accommodate Russia, China has repeatedly made concessions to India, allowing India to taint organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS, greatly weakening their effectiveness. China's indulgence of India also made it reluctant to fully trust Russia. After the Russia-Ukraine war broke out, China supported Russia economically but was unwilling to provide military products. It can be said that Russia paid a huge price for India, acting as its great benefactor. But how has India treated Russia? When Russia's war situation faltered, Modi judged that Russia would lose, so he hurriedly visited Ukraine to cozy up to Zelensky. India imported oil and gas from Russia at low prices, resold them at high prices, and made significant profits. They paid in rupees instead of dollars, leaving Russians unable to buy urgently needed strategic materials. During the India-Pakistan conflict, Indians constantly boasted about the prowess of S-400 and BrahMos missiles, but never mentioned that these weapons were provided by Russia. After a Russia-Ukraine ceasefire, India will face Russia's towering wrath, with Putin keeping a long list of India's unpaid debts in his notebook. So, when the India-Pakistan conflict erupted, Russia offered only verbal consolation, providing no substantial support to India. As China and Turkey openly sent weapons to Islamabad, and Pakistan's Air Force dealt a heavy blow to India, India was forced to cease hostilities. Modi's government, like a clown, was mocked by global media. In a fit of shame and anger, he banned numerous social media platforms, including this channel, which was blocked by the Indian government. To counter China and Pakistan's Gwadar port and the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, India courted Iran. Iran, astonishingly, trusted India, distanced itself from China, and handed over Chabahar port operations to India, allowing India to strengthen its presence in the Gulf region and bypass Pakistan to reach Afghanistan and Central Asia. The two countries also signed agreements, establishing a strategic partnership. After the India-Pakistan air conflict, Iran, as a Muslim nation, did not support Pakistan, making significant concessions for India. After all, Iran's alignment with India, especially handing over Chabahar port operations, severely undermines China's strategic interests. India uses this port to support Baloch separatist forces, threatening not only Pakistan's national security but also the operation of Gwadar port, which will surely lead China to downgrade diplomatic relations with Iran. Yet, despite this, when Israel blatantly bombed Iran, attacking a sovereign nation, most countries worldwide openly condemned Israel's war actions. Even the Western-controlled International Court in The Hague issued a warrant for Netanyahu long ago, accusing him of war crimes. India, as Iran's strategic partner, refused to condemn Israel. This is because, in the minds of Modi and Jaishankar, the U.S. is the master, Israel is the master's beloved son, and India is a stray dog eagerly seeking favor, unconditionally supporting its master. India always needs a master, whether it be the Mongols, the British, or the Russians. But now, the U.S. has the biggest fist, and Modi desperately seeks its approval. In India's dictionary, there are no words like friendship, loyalty, or credibility, only two-faced snakes and ingrates. It never invests a single rupee in friendship, practicing vulture diplomacy, always prioritizing its own interests and refusing to take any risks for allies. In Indian social culture, getting something for nothing is not a shame but a goal pursued by most. Modi has been in power for only 11 years. Yet India has completely alienated Muslim nations, ruined relations with China and Russia, and been rejected by the global South. Worse still, the U.S. and Western countries do not recognize this stray dog that constantly switches masters, as it is never trustworthy. As a Chinese person, I am happy to support Modi's continued leadership. Under him, India will fall into complete international isolation, while domestic ethnic conflicts will intensify. Muslims, Sikhs, and Christians will resist oppression by Hindus, and tensions between low-caste and high-caste groups will escalate. India has a high chance of ultimately disintegrating. Perhaps this would be a great solution for South Asia and the world.